see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fire going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money and whatever else spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Guitar Players Planet. 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 Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way that music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the land of new. Oh, na 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 na. Seems to me that I have lost my old friend. I catch the sunset on the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. If you're afraid, you're feeling alone, but time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghost embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands with blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling.
What happened? You were 5 and now we're 4. What
I'll wait
happened?
for it to clear and then I'll bring it up. I think
Oh,
I
okay, no,
programmed
that's
it.
cool. What's happening, guys?
Hey,
We're back again. Another Wednesday night.
What's up? It's all 5 of us now.
Oh, wow, we got the final 5. We got the
Got the
like
final
the
5. Yes.
like the Cylons, right?
Yeah, no, we're like the 5 mini lions that form the big lion that form Voltron. Like the 5 mini
There
lions.
you go.
Oh, Lord.
Nice. I'm telling you.
Oh yes.
Bring it back, man. Who's the sword?
Yes. That would be Lance. The
That'd
red
be
lion.
Lance. There you go. God, I can't believe you remember that.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
Y'all
it's
are
all
old.
good.
Y'all are old.
Tyler's like,
It
what are we
is
talking?
all
Tyler has
good.
no idea what's
I know
going
who
on right now.
Voltron is. I know who Voltron is. You shut your mouth.
Voltron isn't a who, it's a what.
It's a what?
It's a
Defender of
It's
the
a
universe.
thing.
Damn it.
it's a mystic being. You shush.
That's like, oh man, I love Led Zeppelin. That guy could sing.
I love Leonard Skinner. I can
What's
sing.
going on, guys? Eric
Oh
is currently
man.
the head.
Yes. I am Keith. No, but
So,
no, it's all good.
so that makes me the chick, I think.
Yes.
Yes, you're the princess.
I'm the
gonna
pink
have to
Voltron. Hell no.
Oh my
no way.
goodness.
Taking me way
What's
too
up,
long.
fellas?
Nothing, man. Getting ready to I finally, here you go. I finally did it. I finally got it. There you go.
Finally.
Except you still have 15 adapters that you have to get.
Oh, well, I got 30 that I don't need in the closet over there. So, you know, so I finally just did that today. I totally put all the stuff on my 280s, the loaner type, and the, you know, I don't even know if it's
rings
loaner
work.
anymore.
I don't think it is anymore either.
So
As soon as he drilled the 6 holes into it.
It's useless now.
Frank still has
So
his
how's you guys' weather? You know, how's your weather been around where you are? And
Crap.
same here.
Pouring
Same
rain.
here. Shut up, Jason.
Oh, that's right. We hate
Shut
Jason. That's right.
up.
Jason,
This
we
is why
don't
we
hate you
hate
again.
Jason.
We haven't said we
This is
hate
why we hate
Jason
you.
in like a couple of weeks. We would be really nice.
Last
And
night,
now
tonight, tomorrow night, Friday night. And then I leave.
he's not going to be able to process until March.
I've already got like almost 2 terabytes of data I still haven't processed. I'm a data acquirer. I don't I don't acquire telescopes like other people we know. Both on and
Yeah,
off the
that
show.
person hasn't shown up yet. I mean,
He's
Oh,
not
I'm
here yet.
surprised.
he hasn't shown up yet. We got.
One day he forgot it was on.
He'll pop his head in.
Oh no, he knows it's on. He was texting me before.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
actually
God.
asking. Mark actually was asking me if I've used
About
my
the focus?
EAF. Yeah, my EAF with my RASA, and I have, but I actually took it off because I couldn't really give him the steps or anything what I'm currently set at. And it varies on certain, you know, between telescopes. You know, that could vary. You know, but yeah, but I'm actually going to look to because I have a 3D printed focus mount for the EAF and everything that I got way back when the ZWO hadn't come up with one yet. So and it works fine, but I think I might, you know, spend the $30 and get the ZWO metal one. But I'm not in a rush for it right now because right now with the ROS I'm doing EAA. So
Nice.
I don't need to focus. I don't even have to worry about that right now. So
That's
you know,
all.
it's all
That's
good,
the way
and
to do
it's fun. And actually, it has been a lot of fun to do it. And my son, you know, Shark Boy, he is looking forward to doing this with his old man. He when we get some clear skies. So, because I think I mentioned in your show, Dan, earlier that I was able to get like 10 targets in one night.
Yeah.
So, and that was pretty slick. So, I would definitely say the RASA is fantastic for EAA. You know, it is a lot of fun. And with me, you know, glasses, bad eyesight, all of that mess, it's so much better to do it this way versus an eyepiece. And for my kids, you know, it's great. So right now we're just having some fun. It's a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
it's fun. It's funny you say that because I have a customer that this guy I've been teaching astrophotography. I actually built his rig for him. He didn't want to wait. He ended up with an HEQ5, and he has an Explorer. What's that banging in the
It's
background?
Tiger, I
It's
bet.
me.
It's Tyler.
Yeah, me.
There you go. And where was I saying? So I built his telescope rig for him. So he just got an Eagle, of course, and
Of course.
of course. Well, he's got a whole bunch of different stuff. So I mean, he does have a lot of ZWO stuff. He still has an uncooled camera. He didn't buy a cool camera yet, but he bought an Eagle. Go figure that. I don't know, whatever. But so he's got a GT81.
Okay. Yep. Nice.
So he's got
nice refractor.
Yeah, really nice refractor, and it's starting to get some really cool stuff. But now, I guess his wife wants to get involved, so he wants to buy a telescope for her.
Okay.
And I said, well, listen, and to your point, Eric, with the EAA, I was like, you sure that you want to have? Is she going to be looking through an eyepiece? Because I have a feeling she's going to be looking through an eyepiece because I know her, and she's going to be unimpressed. No matter what scope unless you have an 18 or 20-inch scope and you're on a ladder, you're not gonna be impressed by what you see on Long Island. So you should really go EAA and throw a camera on the back and watch it from inside and have a glass of wine.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean that's what you should do. It's really really cool, and you know what, you get to see over time better and better images.
You do.
As it's stacking. You come back 5 minutes, you come back in 15 minutes, and it's a completely different object. You see so much more.
Absolutely. And see, what I love about it, especially using the RASA, it's, with that speed, with that F2 speed,
Sure.
I mean, I'm collecting, I can start collecting 20-second, 30-second, because I'm not guiding. I'm usually doing like 30-second. And I'm actually using the EAX. And the AVX, sorry, the AVX. But I did start guiding, and I was getting some decent guiding numbers. But you don't have to if you have the RASA. You don't have to necessarily guide. I just personally prefer to guide with whatever I do. And with that speed, you can do 20-second, 30-second shots, and it's such a light bucket, and it's so fast. You're going to start getting data, and a crazy amount of speed, and a crazy amount of time. And, for a GT81, it could take 15 minutes or so to start, if you want to start accumulating some really good images, I could probably do it in 5.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like I said, so it's a lot of fun. And I think when the clear nights come back, when we get rid of all these darn clouds, and I get my kid, he's going to sit right here next to me, and we're going to just fire it up, and we're just going to have a blast. And I'm going to let him just point to whatever he wants to point to and go wherever he wants to go and see what he wants to see. And that's the fun thing.
I got to be honest with you, that RASA probably is the best EAA scope you could probably get right now because of the speed that you could get the images at. Unless if you're doing it with a Hyperstar or something, other than that, you got, if you want to see really, really cool data really quick and just stack it, and you don't really, you can still add darks and flats and stuff if you wanted to, but you don't have to, and you don't have to go crazy. And you could just grab the data, and if you really wanted to, you could save the individual frames and dump them and process them later and see what you got.
And see what you get. Yeah. And I was, and that's the big, and that's the conflict, with EAA and actual astrophotography is when does it bleed into that? And some people who are just, hardcore EAA, they say the minute you start processing your data, it's no longer become EAA. It's now become astrophotography.
That's true.
Which I can see, which I can see. I mean, there's no dispute there. But but I'm using the ASI Air and the live stacking in the ASI Air Pro. And one thing that I don't like necessarily versus say, SharpCap and it's doing its EAA. With SharpCap, you can get you can create a master dark and a master, and I believe you can actually also do a master flat, you
Yep.
can gather a lot of, darks and create that master calibration frame. Whereas with the ASIR Pro, you can't. They don't have that option right now. You just have to choose one, frame, one calibration frame each. And I don't know if that's, if they decide to move forward and do that, I think it might be an improvement. I have not tried EAA on the Sharp Cap yet. I'm just using it on the ASIR Pro because it's a really easy and I can do go-to and everything pretty quickly. But that's the only downside, is that I think if we were able to gather enough calibration frames and to build a master flat within the ASIR Pro and then add that to our live view to stack, our live stacking, I think it may be an improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. And SharpCap does a really good job with the live stacking. And if you haven't used it, I think Scott was talking about it earlier this evening about actually doing if we ever get clear skies somewhere, maybe do a live. I used to do live stacking. With live streaming last summer. Yep. And I stopped for whatever reason because I just got lazy with the peer, and I was like, all right, you know what, I don't have to be at the computer anymore, so I'll just let the peer run, But so I'm going to start doing that again. And I think maybe we could get 2 or 3 of us to kind of do it if we're doing it all the same night. I know we're all in different time zones, so it's like kind of different, but like. Me and Scott and
you guys on the Eastern,
and Tyler, if you ever takes a picture in the East Coast, and well,
are you Central, Tyler? Because you're in Arkansas, so aren't you Central?
Correct. I am in Arkansas. No, I live on a big hill. Remember, big hill.
Yeah, big hill with little people with hairy feet.
Yeah, little people.
Come here, you little short. I'll show you little. Come here, you.
He's like Simon and lives with the hobbits.
Told you, man. Living in a hovel somewhere.
He's living in Middle Earth. Anyway.
But we could sit here, we could do the East Coast, and then Eric, you could take over maybe and do an hour, and then Jason, you can take over and you do an hour. And if for God forbid we get like a night that's clear in all 3 time zones, I mean,
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
But that's got to be a Guinness Book of World Record there for that, because if we could do that and have that happen, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. So, so everybody's weather except that man over there, running the show. Our weather sucks. Thank you.
We don't say his name.
Well, yeah, we don't. Yeah, he's like Voldemort. We don't speak his name.
It did rain here today for like 20 minutes.
Shut up.
Clouds are baking off. I'm supposed to have clear skies at 8, so.
It rained for
that seems
a good
fair. I mean, it's rained here for 20
hours.
days, so
Oh God, 20 days of rain.
So I guess nobody's been imaging really, except for Jason.
No.
But Jason doesn't know.
I'm still waiting for.
But Jason doesn't know what to do with his data because he hasn't processed anything.
Trying to chase
No
after
excuse,
work
Jason.
so I can afford to keep paying my mortgage.
You'll sleep when you're dead. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, I already I only get 4 hours a night if I'm lucky. So.
Well, newborn baby.
Not that. I say the hard part about having kids is the fact you never have time to yourself. So when we finally get them down about 9 o'clock is when I start actually being able to get any type of cohesive work done. So I work until usually midnight, between midnight and 3 a.m. And then I go catch 3-4 hours of sleep, get up and start taking care of the kids so that the wife can sleep in until 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So,
how are you enjoying the planning? How are you enjoying the planning feature?
Oh, I'm loving it. I've been using it almost exclusively for the last 2-3 weeks. One of the things that I appreciate most about the plan is the fact you can tell it to not start until astrological dark, and it'll stop at astrological daylight.
Yeah.
So it'll keep you from doing a bunch of white frames that you can't use.
Right.
The thing that I'm still trying to work out with them is when it stops the plan and fails because it hasn't fulfilled your entire sequence, the only thing you can do is reset. So that's one of the things that we're working on the beta side. But,
Nice.
Oh, so will it not go home?
it'll go home and it'll park. It'll do everything else, but you can't resume the plan. You have to reset
Oh,
the
same
plan
page
in
where
order
you
to
You have
get
to
it to pick
reset
back
it.
up.
You have to reset it. Got you. Just like
And-
okay.
So what we're trying to do right now is get them to basically pick up where it left off, like you do with the SGP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and being
I was
able
going to say, by the way.
Well, and plan was borrowed
Same
from
with
a lot
Nina.
of what SGP does. I mean,
yeah, same with Nina.
ASIR
Yeah,
isn't
absolutely.
reinventing the wheel; they're just reprogramming it.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yep.
The PhD is the same base core.
Yeah.
They've just rebranded it and rewrote the code basically to work on Raspberry as opposed to
Right.
Exactly.
The Windows OS.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, SGP and Nina could both, said that, you pause sequence and preserve progress, and then you could
Yes.
just restart and then go.
No,
You know what?
go ahead.
Go, Jason.
Good.
Go.
The workaround
mine's
right
gonna be
now is
off topic.
basically you figure out how many you have left, you kill the rest of the plan that you've already successfully completed, alter the number on the one you need, and then wherever you got to continue on to, and then you just resume or restart the plan. So
Right.
That is way too much thinking for me. I
I
can't.
know.
No, it's not.
That's why it's in beta.
Simple.
We're not there yet.
Simple math like that, like 20 minus 2. Yeah, that's not something that I could do at 8:00 at night.
Only in New York.
So Jane's
York-
saying on
Long Island.
Jane
Yeah,
Lebinsky
yeah.
is saying on Facebook, yeah, but PhD 2 does multi-star guiding. Well, Jane, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under, but we can now do it in the beta.
Now be nice to Jane. We like Jane. We like Jane.
But we
Yes,
announced,
multi-star
multi-star
guiding is available.
on the ASIR Pro now. It's in the beta,
Yep.
and it should be out, we're hoping, middle to end of next week. There's just a few more little things that we're trying to
release.
polish out.
Little quirks.
Yeah. But so far, this has been an awesome, beta.
Yeah.
It has been. It's been an awesome beta.
And one of the things I failed to mention the other day about it was that we finally have 5 or 6 cameras that got qualified, most of which were the
Canon R series.
yeah, the Canon R, the Nikon 50V or a D50, 50Z, the mirrorless camera. So we've got the ability to finally control a lot of that within ASIR. So that was a big step. Still no Sonys. Don't really foresee that
No.
being.
Nah, it's
No,
not gonna
I
happen.
happen.
Don't
Yeah.
don't plan on it. Don't plan
Yeah.
on it. So that's
So,
why
stick to
I stick
Canon,
with
Nikon.
Canon.
Is that the
Yes,
R,
this is
Eric?
No.
No.
This is this. No. I wouldn't be. I'm not so lucky to get the R or the
Okay.
RA or anything like that. This is my 6D. It's my R. Because
Yeah,
it's
I hear
all
you.
I can afford.
Hey, 6D is a nice camera. I don't care what
The
anybody
6D
says.
you know what?
Yeah.
The 6D has been out for I don't know what 10 plus years already,
Something like
and
that.
it's still
Something like that.
and it's still a great full frame camera. It's still a rock
Yep.
of a camera.
Eric,
So
you know how you make the 6D into an R? You go to the craft store and you get a sticker.
A little silver R.
R, little silver R right there. Yep.
Yeah, I got my Canon 6D Mark II over there, and a lot of people prefer the 6D over the 6D Mark II.
Yeah, and that's
so-
what I've been reading. That's why I ended up getting it.
Yep.
For AP and stuff like that, because we've been talking. You guys all know that I'm planning a big trip. In about a month, to head out west, to head over towards Jason's, neck of the woods, so I can enjoy the skies that he's enjoying. So I'm going to be using the 6 out in those skies. And I also am going to be bringing out. I've got 2, soon to be 3 new lenses. This one, of course, this is the Rokinon. This is the 135, which I've had for a while, and they're all manual, manual focus, but this one's been fantastic. And I just picked up, which is basically the same thing, the Samyang 1.4 millimeter. So this is just basically it's Rokinon, Samyang, and Bauer, and so they're all the same. And then I actually got a Bauer coming for the 14 millimeter.
Nice.
If you got them all Rokinon, then you would have had the Rokinon Astro Trinity.
There you go. but basically, I do. It's just I have each of the families: Rokinon, Samyang, and now Bauer. So it's still the family. So I'm looking forward to this, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, especially comparing when I'm doing the night photography, the Milky Way, between the 14 and then I'm going to remove the 14 and put on a 24 and try to take a look at the differences between the two. You know, I've seen a lot of other guys on YouTube who have both lenses, and they show the different comparisons and stuff like that. Where so I'm looking forward to checking this out. The only weird thing with the 14 millimeters is they're so fish-eyed, you know, and they're different, and you can't put a traditional filter on it. So I'm gonna have to go without a filter, or try to find one of those 100 millimeter filters to put in front of it to figure that piece out. So I know they make stuff for it, but yeah.
Somebody had 3D
flip-in filters.
Yeah.
Somebody had 3D printed a clamp that goes around the reflector or the shield, and then the 100 and
the hood.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was gonna, so I'll take a look at that. I'm not too worried about it, because I've got these two, and I've got the 7. I've got the 24 here. So, and I got a filter for that one. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just looking forward to just checking out some real nice skies. That's gonna be the fun part.
Well, so I got some news for everybody.
Yes, news.
I got some news, and I think I share my screen. And
I have a feeling this is going to be sad news.
There we go. Can you see that?
Hi, Daniel. I hope all is well. Order blah, blah, blah is currently on back order with an updated ETA of late May. Is this the 120?
This is the 120,
This is from
and I just got this today.
It's from Celestron now.
Yeah, well, Celestron and Skywatcher in cahoots, so that's...
Okay, gotcha.
So apparently they pushed it up another month. And I gotta reconnect. Give me a second.
With an updated ETA of late May.
So you're not going to get it till probably next year.
I'm thinking December. So I was able to.
That's what you said last.
I was able to procure something from a friend. Should I say who the friend is? So a friend is sending me a 127 carbon fiber FCD 100 to hang on to in the interim because he felt bad.
Who did you get to sucker you into that?
Some guy. I couldn't get his name. He was wearing a beard. I don't know.
He's wearing a beard.
So that leaves
3 out of the 4 of us.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
It ain't scary.
You know what, Dan? I feel like I can make you an offer for a 120. I think I can get a pretty good deal out of it.
I can make you an offer you can't refuse.
Comes with a night crawler. Just saying.
I'm just saying. That's all right. It's like what? $7,000? What?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So in the interim, I'll be shooting with a 127 again.
And you'll like it better.
You'll be getting a reducer.
Oh, I will?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting both?
Yeah.
Well, you don't pay attention to lick in a conversation, do you?
I didn't hear him getting both. I heard I'll put it in the box. That's all I heard.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, well, so
Oh,
apparently
my
I'm getting
Lord.
a reducer and just a flattener that's not a reducer, because I asked for it because I didn't think that. I hate the fact that I'm going down to 666 on the 952.
But it's good. It's better for the bigger galaxies.
It is. But if I have the bigger galaxies, I'll shoot with the 480. I mean, it's not that much of a difference.
No, but 250 millimeters, you might be able to get a little closer into that detail that you can capture so much of with your 30-year-old S-Big camera.
It's not 30, it's 4. Thank you.
So Dan's not going to take a look at the chat on YouTube. Tarek got
Hold on, Dan. I ordered my scope last year and I got it this month. Yeah, well,
yeah.
Where do you live? Where do you live, Tarek?
He lives overseas.
I know where he lives. Nothing is coming to the States. Nothing is coming here.
I'm still kind of curious how I got mine, though.
I have no idea. You know what it is? You know what it is? I really think because you ordered it from a distributor that orders in bulk. So it probably went to them first. And that's dead honest. So, I mean, it's just, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what
There's
it is.
nothing I can do about it, and I'm going to end up with a telescope that's 112 more millimeters larger than what I'm getting with the 120.
But you won't really notice a difference anyway.
No, I won't. 100 millimeters is not much.
Not amongst friends.
But Tyler, you got a beast though, man. So you got some reach.
I haven't got it yet. It's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Which one is this?
It's the C11.
It's your baby. It's your baby brother.
Well, it's the middle stepchild, the one we don't talk about.
It's the middle stepchild. Yeah.
That weird thing that fell between the 14 and the 9 1/4.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I put some insurance on that, so just in case.
No, I mean, if it comes back broke,
you know what? With that 11, with that 11, you're gonna get some fantastic reach. For galaxies, you're gonna get some.
Hopefully I have better
reach.
luck with. Hopefully, I have better luck with focus than certain individuals.
Yes,
he's not on.
please.
So he's not even acknowledging.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, he will. He'll show up in like 40 minutes.
He'll pop on eventually.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he talked to me today about the focus problems that he was having, and I could not figure out what was going on. The only thing that I could surmise is that he blew past the stars, the focus of the stars, too fast. That he was going through the focus. He was turning it too fast.
Scott,
and blew right.
You know what I think what's happening, because he supposedly slewed to the moon. Supposedly.
I
don't know how you blow past that big giant.
You can't blow past the moon.
Well, I'll tell you this:
the
picture that he sent me was not the moon.
No, that's what I'm thinking. He's supposedly
that was
aligned
not the
a red
moon.
dot.
The picture that I got from him was a star. It was definitely a star. It was not a moon.
Well,
was this?
They
was
say
this the
where
one
most problems lie?
Yeah, go
A and B.
Yeah. Was this the one with the donut down in the lower right-hand corner?
Right. Lower right. Yep.
He told me that came in like that, where he was all the way to the back of the scope with the mirror. The mirror was all the way to the back of the scope.
He's out of collimation then.
No, it wasn't collimation.
He said that he had
it didn't look like collimation.
Arizona.
It doesn't look like that donut is dead center. So I would say that
I haven't seen the picture.
No, it's not collimation. It's not It's definitely something to do with spacing somewhere along the way. And without seeing it, and with just somebody describing it,
well,
you can't do anything.
But nothing attached to it. Because I went and kidnapped his 152 back, and I'm doing some testing on the 152.
Yeah.
What testing are you doing?
I can't say.
he told me that
Oh,
he
my.
had the 91 millimeter T adapter, and he had the filter drawer and a 16.5 millimeter spacer and the camera, and that's taking it to just a hair over 146 millimeter, which is back focus.
Right.
Because I've been told by multiple people that 146 is the sweet number.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it.
For the 11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
well,
14.
for all of
And the
them.
14, yeah.
And the 14?
Yeah.
They're all. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think 9 1/4 is
Because
Yeah,
I know the 8. I've got the 8 SE, and that was like 105.
Yeah, I want to say
Yeah.
the
Back
was
focus.
Yeah, well,
125 or 135.
Yeah. So eventually I'll get an Edge, but not right now. I'm not.
Oh, I
worried
mean, you can
about
always
it yet.
borrow mine if need be.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
I said borrow, not buy.
No, it's all good.
There's a difference.
There's a difference. But another thing that I've been doing around here, and we were talking, I was talking to Tyler, and I mentioned this to you guys earlier, and Jason knows about this because he gave me some advice here. With this trip coming up and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be, who don't know about, say power consumption is one of those things that it's kind of, confusing to me, and I don't necessarily understand it all. But say if you've got your rig and you're running fine at home, because like mine, I've got it hooked up, through AC and everything's hunky dory. But what happens if you decide you want to go to a star party, or you're going to a dark site and stuff like that, and how are you going to power it? So a lot of people I know they get deep cycle marine batteries and stuff like that with inverters and everything. So I was talking to you guys about this, and I got a few recommendations. One was the Yeti.
Yep.
And I think that's the Yeti that was recommended originally was I believe it was a 1,000 watt hours or 1,000 amp or 1,000
Watt
about
hours.
They don't make it
It's 1,000 watts.
1,000 watts. Thank you. Thank you. 1,000 watts. And unfortunately, they don't make that one anymore. Because I was looking for it because they moved on to the 1,500.
Yep.
And then they've got. I saw Galactic Hunter. They did a video not too long ago on the Jackery. They had a Jackery Jackery 500.
Yep.
And
that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. And one thing that Antoine noticed and he didn't like was how bad the draw is, when he plugs it up via AC. So he was thinking that if he uses DC, because it has a 12 volt DC input, that he was thinking that it should work a lot better. Now, for me, trying to keep my wife happy, as far as the budget and stuff like that, she looked at the Yeti, and she just said, hell no, you're not doing that. So, but we compromised, and this is what is coming. I'm hoping tomorrow is this guy. And this is what even Jason recommended to me. And I will share my screen here. Let me see if I can share this screen. Is here. Is this guy.
Okay.
I don't know if you see that yet.
Yep.
So yeah, this is the River Pro, and it is supposed to come tomorrow. Tomorrow it offers up 720 watts per hour power, and I'm hoping and this is what confuses me, is how to calculate all of the, your rig, your entire setup to make sure you have the right amount of power, to support everything you want to do. So I ended up just, looking through Cloudy Nights and other sites, and basically I came up with a calculation of based off of amps per hour and watts per hour of my different my cameras and my rig. So according to, and you can get a lot of this stuff from the manufacturer. The manufacturer will sometimes post some of this information. So I got some of this off of ZWO's site.
The
The
ASI
cameras
Air takes 72 watts per hour.
This
No
is
way.
what it was like, and this is probably incorrect.
That can't
one
be right.
I question. Yeah, this is one I'm not so sure. Like I said, I don't know for sure.
and the dew heaters are probably that's
See,
at
these
max
are
24/7. They're
max.
on high.
Yeah, this is at max. If they're on high, two of them, I was figuring like 2.5 amps. If they're on full bore, so maxed out. The CEM60 is at 0.6 amps per hour, and the EAF and the 2-inch filter wheel and my 2 ASI cameras. There's not really any spec as far as power consumption on the little minis, the guide cameras. So I just basically said, okay, it's an ASI camera. I'm just going to just go for it and just set it at 0.16 amps, which is 1.92 watts. And so everything calculated up, and then I used a website to convert everything. So I'm looking at 150 some watts per hour. So,
my question for you, Eric.
Yes. So
go back to that screen. Go back to
okay,
go back to that screen.
Yeah,
okay.
Go back to that screen.
So I'm curious.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Are these standalone, like in idle position, or is this slewing consumption?
Yeah, that was my next thing.
As far as the mount, this is a tracking. This is while it's tracking.
Right,
but
during slewing, you're probably pulling 3 to 4.
You're pulling at least
when
3 to 4
I'm
amps.
slewing, when I'm doing go-to, according to the Ioptron site, doing the go-to, it was about 1.5 or something like that. Doing the go-to according to, and I mean, we can go to the site and we can double check, but that's what basically I understood was for that.
That's why I like clamp meters.
You know what?
Doing your clamp
so
meters.
And I don't know what it says here. So I'll have to take a look when I have an opportunity. So I don't even know if they shows it here.
No, you'll probably have to find it on.
Yeah, so I'll have to hunt it. Okay.
Site.
Yeah, so I'll have to probably hunt it down and all that stuff because I don't think it shows it all right here.
It has a power requirement of 12
okay, here it is. Here it is.
Plus 2 amps.
So here it is. 0.6 amps for tracking and 1.1 amps doing for go-to.
I would assume 1.5 at max.
Yeah.
1.5.
I agree.
Just so you cover your bases.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so how did you come to the conclusion? As
sorry?
far as what math formulation, in case people in the audience don't know, how did you come up with the amps per hour and the watts per hour? Now, I know you used the website.
Yeah. So, and I could be totally off on this, but basically from the information that I gathered from, like, say, ZWO, looking at their usage and their manuals, and Ioptron's information is where I gathered everything. And then I went to a website, if I can find it here, for example, like this one here, convert-formula.com. And adding up all that information gave me my watt hours.
Let's see.
So is it dead on? Is all my information true? This is my best guess right now because, like I said, I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
It's a calculations.
Well, that's the thing with electronics is they fluctuate. If they're more higher end pieces, yes, they're more constant. But if it's stuff like this, I mean, they're kind of in the range, but they go up and down.
They go up and down.
That's one
Exactly.
thing
And I know it can also.
That's the one thing I've noticed.
Right, and I know it can also go up and down, also based off of temperature, perhaps. If you're doing this, you know, at a certain time of year, who knows how the battery itself will react,
Yeah.
you know,
If
being out
it's
in
cold,
the cold or heat,
yeah.
it's hot and stuff like that. So, you
Want
know,
me to
so who
try?
knows, actually.
You
So
think?
I'm hoping that I'm about that, because even with this being at 150 watts per hour, I might be struggling a little bit with this guy. Who knows? But because this is watts per hour. But see this thing here. This is what, you know. So it says watts per hour, 720. So I really won't know until until I get it, and maybe I'll set it up in my backyard. Another thing that I was also thinking about is, just before I get this or even try to set it up, I was even thinking about getting one of those meters. Like, I think one's called like a kilowatt meter, where you can hook it up to your rig and your setup and run it over, you know, over your session, and perhaps at the end of your session you can actually go back and see what your consumption was and all that good stuff. So let me cancel. So yeah,
Tom Bramwell actually said, "Be careful about Jackery. They used to publish their runtime specs based on 6-volt, not 12."
yeah, okay. So I'm hoping with this Eco River rather, that we'll see. I'm looking forward to getting it, and it's a lithium ion battery, so it's supposed to be, you know, somewhat light, you know, easy to manage versus getting, you know, the those other deep cycle type marine batteries, which, you know, can be quite heavy and hard to manage. So we'll see how this goes. And I'm actually going to run based off of what Antoine was showing off of Galactic Hunter, you know, using that Jackery and how it just drew everything down if he was running off of AC. He was thinking, I'm going to try DC next time, and I don't know what, you know, I don't know if he followed up or did anything like that. But I'm going to try DC and see how it all goes.
Well, here you go. So if you have an Eagle and you don't have to worry about all that, all you need is this. That's it. This is all I use for a weekend.
Motorcycle battery.
30 amp hour Bio-NO, 30 watt hour. This uses for a whole weekend on the Eagle that runs everything. And I have no problem. It comes with Prima Luce makes the Eagle cable with the Anderson power poles. So you got power poles, super long cable, and not a problem. This thing is nice. A killer. It's a killer. And it's awesome. Light. It's light as hell. Yeah, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't have USB. It doesn't have cigarette lighter in it. You don't need it. But if you have something like even an ASI Air or an Eagle, I'm telling you, this thing will last you a while. And it's 30 amp hours, not 720. This is a 30 amp hour and 360 watt hours.
See? So, okay.
Half of what you have. This was about $300. And then you had to buy the special charger. So, you know, that was a one-time buy. So say $400 with the charger.
Okay, sure.
You know, but I'm telling you, I've had no problems with this. I've had this thing since I've had my Eagle, which is now almost 3 years. And I'm telling you, and it runs everything off the Eagle. It runs I have no problems. And it's good for literally 2.5 full nights of constant imaging.
Nice.
So if you're getting a 720 or a 750, you're talking about 5 days.
So, okay.
And
that's great,
I find
a lot of stuff is going to be running off of the majority, with the exception of the mount, because I'm going to get like a DC splitter or something. So I'll split the power to plug into the mount, and then the rest of it will go into the ASI Air Pro,
a lot of people
which will run everything else. So I'm sure it'll be just fine. I just can't wait to, you know, get it, and then I'll probably, you know, end up doing a separate video on it, you know, to see how it all goes. So
yeah, I mean, as far as power is concerned, some people, you know, and I see where you got that 72 watt hours from. I see what you did, because I actually went to the website they did, because the ASI Air does requires 6 amps at 12 volts, and that would be
Mhm.
72. But
Yep.
that's 6 amps of every single USB port fully loaded.
Yeah.
And fully running.
Okay.
So you got to
There you
remember,
go.
you got to think about what you're plugging in there.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So you got to think about, that's why I said 72 looks too much. But it all really depends on what you're plugging into each USB port.
Right. So if that's the case, then all the other information that's there for my camera, my dew heaters, all that stuff, that's all going through the ASI air.
Correct.
And if that's running, the 6 amp there, then and that's supplying everything else, then I should be golden.
Yeah. Oh, you should be fine.
I should be more than enough. I should be more than enough.
You're gonna be running a week.
Now, I had basically it was the Jackery, so it might be what Tom was referring to, but I had the Jackery 525 watt hour, and with the AVX running the original ASI Air, not the Air Pro, I could get maybe 7-8 hours, and it would tank.
Okay.
And what was the amp hours?
It was the
500?
525. But
okay.
I was doing a cigarette adapter to the mount, and then I did a DC to because they didn't have the power adapters on the first gen,
right?
So it was DC to a converter to USB Mini to power the ASI Air, and then I had a 12-volt line that had a 3-way splitter that powered the camera, the autofocuser, and something else.
Okay.
So, I mean, I wasn't doing drastically more. It's just better cable management once I get into the ASI Air Pro. And to be honest, I haven't played with the battery since because I have a cable going out to my rig. And one day, when I can stay up all night, I can sit there and watch and see when it tanks.
Right. But I think, especially like, for in my case with what I'm doing, but if anybody who is going to be going out to a dark site or just not and doing imaging away from home and stuff like that, and they're curious about, how do I do this? One thing that, I saw on websites and stuff, don't use your car battery. Was one because you don't want to use your car battery.
Who's got jumping cable?
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, so I learned from a few friends that made that mistake when we'd go out afield. So I bought a little jumper pack. So it's got like a USB port on it, but it's actually enough to jump up to a like 2,500 truck. So the quarter ton. Thing worked fine, and I keep it in my car. It charges off of mini USB, works just fine.
Yeah, I've got one of those. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they're nice.
And it's the same brand of what actually I've got a trickle charger for my cars that I've got hung in the ceiling. So if I park for more than a week, I just plug the cars in to keep them trickled.
There you go.
I've got two.
So no,
cars,
it was
so they're constantly phoning home.
Yeah. So so I wanted to share that with you guys. So I thought that would be kind of cool to share.
Well, I know Jason will get a kick out of this because this is something that Jason and I were talking about, I guess, 2 shows ago, regarding how much to shoot and when is enough, or what do you need to do to get to a specific signal to noise, or whatever, if you want to stop it at a certain time. So we were also talking about SkyTools 4, and apparently there's an even better option with SkyTools 4 on how to find that. There's an actual exposure calculator in there that I was playing with that I just found out there's only one way to find it too. It's very
stumble across it.
It's very hidden, and I just happened to right click on the object and it said, exposure calculator. And I went in there and I started playing with it. I mean, there's only one way to get. I'm going to show it to you real quick. I'm still playing with it, so I'm still novice at it. But let me start it up real quick. And it's really quite interesting. And let's see, where's my thing? And I thought it was kind of cool. And I actually emailed the guy who writes it. I forget the guy's name. Craig Star. No, that's
while you're trying to find the magic whatever you're looking for. Tark asked a question about Dobsonians. Advise
the
me,
14 to the
14
16.
inch
Yeah.
or the 16. But I noted that I keep thinking about a 20-inch Dob for the road in the future, so I keep going back and forth between the 14 and 16. 16 is still manageable by one person. A 20-inch, you have to have two people because that mirror alone is over 175 pounds. I have no problem doing it. Putting the thing together.
It's not that heavy. You need to stop.
Okay, well, it's over 100 pounds. It's over 100 pounds easy.
Well, yeah, it's about 100 pounds. Well, maybe 110.
When you're picking the thing up, off the back of a truck and then it just drops and you're trying to catch it, it's a lot.
Well, I wouldn't do that. So.
No, I wouldn't do that. I think a 16 is a little bit more manageable for one person. That way you can collimate it. If you get a truss tube Dob, you can put it together easily. It's not as much work compared to a 20-inch would be if you get a truss tube type system. Like Explore Scientific's truss tube Dobs, we took out a 20-inch for a Star Party, and it was a pain in the butt to try to get that thing together by myself.
Yeah, especially
luckily
another cage is probably a nightmare.
Yeah, the upper cage, you're up here, you're trying to hold the bars, you're trying to do all this, looking like a monkey hanging off a jungle gym just to not drop a $10,000 piece of equipment.
I have the 18 Obsession, and I could get that upper cage on by myself, but it's still a big to do. If I had my choice, I really love the 18. I think it's a great visual scope. But it's big, and you got to use the wheelbarrow handles. You got to put it up a ramp, and you got to have a ramp for your car. So you're not going to be carrying this thing by yourself, especially if you have. I'm sorry. Let me. I can't show myself here. Hold on a second. Especially if you. Let me reconnect. The 18-inch Obsessions, which is what I have, you have to have the wheelbarrow handles, and you got to wheel it up a ramp into your truck. That being said, I mean the mirror and everything. If you have a servo cat, which and it's really not a great design, but the servo cat has the altitude cable that wraps around the bearing into a latch. And in order for you to keep that wire attached, you need to keep it in the rocker box. You can't take the mirror out of the rocker box. So you have to carry the mirror cell box and the rocker box at the same time. And that's about 175 pounds if you have the classic with the wood. That's not feasible, especially how big and wide this thing is. It's not feasible for me. I would break my back doing it. So that's why I leave everything in there. But the 18 is a great visual scope if you could deal with the portability. I think Tyler's right. Where if I had my own, if I redid it again, and if Obsession made a 16, I know Explorer does, but they don't. So I would have gotten a 16. They do make a 15-inch Obsession, but I thought that was too small, and so I got the 18. And now it's in a storage facility because New York skies are horrible. So, hello, is it just me?
No, I'm looking up what George Lutch said. He looked up Elvira Dobsonian. It looks pretty interesting.
I never heard of
Elvira, the Mistress of Darkness.
I definitely know who Elvira is. I used to watch her on Saturday at 2:00 in the morning every week.
This thing is a beast of a Dob. It's a motorized carrier. So you know how those guys walk around with big old cement trucks? They have a little controller in there, right at their belly, just moving it barely. Same freaking thing. It is nuts. And that's a 24-inch Dob at a 2.75. Holy crap!
Wow. That's a little much.
No, that's perfect.
That's a little much.
Whatever. She runs off a lithium battery in her rocker box. The secondary mirror is 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches.
That's crazy. My goodness.
That's out of control.
God.
All right, so I got my thing up here. Giggity. Let's see.
George, that thing
So
is
this
nuts.
this is Sky Tools.
This is Sky Tools. Okay, so this is the same thing that we were looking at a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
and
man, it's self-leveling.
Ah, jeez. Tyler, don't buy another
Sorry.
scope.
I can't afford that one.
Oh, you'll find the money. But so this is Sky Tools. If anybody hasn't realized what Sky Tools is, it's not a very well known. It's well known for observational logs and stuff like observational planning. They just started dabbing their toes into the imaging pool. It's not as functional as other things like either Nina, ASI Air Pro, or Sequence Generator, but it has some really cool things that you may want to take a look at. So especially one like this, and I'm going to play around. I'm still playing around with this, so excuse me if I seem like I'm not a pro at this. But let's say we want to do M110. If I right-click on M110, and then I could go to the exposure calculator right here. It's literally right there. I just never double-clicked on it. I go into the exposure calculator, and it tells you, okay, you know what? Let's see. This is the evening of April 19th with my Esprit 80 and my S-Big at primary focus. And then let's see. I'm going to use the lumen. Let's say, what are we doing? M110. So let's say I'm doing red tonight. Okay. No binning, no gain because I'm on a CCD camera. And then it'll tell you if I sit here and say, okay, you know what? Even though it says F's over here, there's a reason why there's F's here because we're in daylight. Okay. And you could change the SNR of what you want. So if you want a really high picture quality or whatever, you could do that. And you could do a sub exposure time of 300 seconds. I'm still playing around with this myself, but this is how you kind of get, because this is where the moon is. So it doesn't really want you to be where the moon is. So it's giving me not ideal conditions. So let's try a different day. It's not even there. There's a bad object because it's not even there. Let's try Andromeda. That's not good either. Somebody give me an object that's up there.
Go back. Yeah.
And 108?
Owl Nebula.
There we go. Owl Nebula? Whatever. M108 is kind of rough on that picture. On that. See, there's the Owl Nebula. So here's this is a D quality, which is not that great. Your signal to noise ratio is only 2 because you're only taking pictures. Let's see. Let's go like that. Now I'm starting to get some stuff. So it's telling me with my signal to noise ratio, I'm getting a signal to noise ratio of only 7, which isn't that great. But it's telling me to get that 7, I need 55 exposures of 5 minutes.
Okay.
You know, so you can change this to whatever you want. So if you don't want auto exposure times, if you don't want total time, but this is what I'm doing here with the total time. I'm changing the total time here. And you go for very high picture quality if you want. You can do a number of different things here, but it will tell you exactly what you need to run. Because right now this is not very good. Because
now let me ask you this: is this? Hey Dan, let me ask you this: is this also based off of your Bortle scale?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's SNR4. I mean, we could go back and forth to where it is, but now it's starting to go down as far as where it hits the meridian. It hits the meridian here, and then it comes down. Mm-hmm. Cigar Galaxy might be better. That's a little higher. and let's move this out. So this one's saying 5 minutes. This one's actually, you know what? I'm sorry. The seeing isn't right because the seeing in New York sucks. So I changed that. But you can also do auto weather and auto update too. So it'll grab the weather and update it for you to go on your Bortle, not your Bortle scale, but your brightness. You know, the brightness from the sky measuring sky quality measure.
Now speaking of the sky quality measure, does it gather that information? It's on, does it gather that information itself, like through its own databases, or is that something you have to enter in? Your sky quality and stuff like that.
Locations, here is where you can put it in. So my home, that's what I put my brightness at, which is about right.
Okay, so is it based off of you putting in your latitude and longitude, and then it comes up?
No, I actually took a measurement.
Okay.
I actually took a measurement and put it in there. When you click on this, it'll show you what your Bortle is. So you could choose. So Bortle 1 is almost a 22. Bortle 8, actually, I'm probably Bortle 9. I'm somewhere around there. If they had a 10, I'd put it there. But Bortle 8's about right. But from the light pollution database, I'm at 1809. That's what I used. So I used 1809 and clicked OK.
Okay.
But I'm still playing with this. But there's a way to kind of get this so that because 5 minutes on, you got to remember, this is not one-shot color. This is just the red. So I'm able to take 5 minutes.
Right.
If you're one-shot color, I think we spoke about this with Simon a while ago.
This is much lower.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, this is a big issue because if I was shooting one-shot color, I can't get 5 minutes from Long Island. It's not going to happen. That'll just everything would be blown out.
Yeah, you're like in this. You'd be like in the second, like in half a minute or up to a minute.
Yeah, no, it's about 25 to 35 seconds.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
And that's what it is, unfortunately. But that's something I'm playing with, and I think it's kind of cool. When I get better at it and understanding it a little bit better, I'll bring it on for a.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if you follow those steps, how accurate after you do all of it and you do your post and everything based off of what Sky Tools recommends as far as your number of exposures and time, how it all will come out, after post.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know. I mean, we're always actually, Frank's texting me, he's going to send me 1 5-minute one-shot color of the Leo Trio. And listen, you could do 5-minute exposures on Long Island. You can. One-shot color. But when you sit there, you're going to have to do a hell of a lot of processing, and you're going to crush the hell out of your blacks in order to get some sort of gray black sky. Yeah, it's gonna, it's not going to be, it's going to be oversaturated in order to bring out the color, or it's going to be totally bleached out. It's not going to be great. It may look good as a one shot, but when you start processing it, it's not going to be. You're not going to be a happy person, Frank. You're not. You're going to be a sad.
It'll look like a ring of fire.
Oh my God! Please don't start singing.
It looked like a ring of fire of lights. Just freaking circles everywhere.
Yeah.
So
ring of fire.
No. Oh no! There we go.
Nope.
I got my ice cream. No, sorry.
Say, guys, I think we're already have a technical glitch and lose a couple of cameras here.
Yeah. No
whoops.
So that's why, basically, for you, it's better to go with your mono doing broadband. For you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm able.
Okay.
I've done 5 minutes. Actually, I never went past 5-minute shots from my house with RGB. because I was kind of scared. So I didn't. However, I'll tell you this: I took a 40-minute shot just to see if I could do it. A 40-minute shot of the Iris Nebula. One shot color, and it looked awesome. I have it somewhere.
Really?
I gotta find it. And it's a 40-minute shot. It's the best I've ever done, and it was from a way darker sky. I think it was like Portal 5.
Okay.
I was like I went out east on Long Island.
Got some echo.
Yeah, I don't know what that's coming from.
It's coming from Scott's feed.
Is that me?
No.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yep.
There we go.
There we go.
Nope, it's still there.
That's still there.
Well, we all have to wear
Here,
headphones.
I'll take the speakers out and just run through the computer. Hold on.
That's fine. I wish we could post pics here.
Hopefully that'll-
Hey, listen, Frank, if you want, we can
Send
kind
it
of make
over.
that happen. Send it to me, and I can show it on my screen.
Yeah, send it to AstroWorldWeb.com. Yeah, info at AstroWorld.
Info at AstroWorldWeb.com. You know, Frank, oh my God, that's annoying. I can't get myself.
I know. Hearing Dan twice is
muted
pretty annoying.
You have no idea. Ask my wife. So Frank, yeah, if you want to send pictures, or if anybody wants to send pictures, you're more than welcome to post on AstroWorldTV's website. I mean, on the Facebook page, or give it to us, and we can show it up on the show. You can send it to info at AstroWorldWeb.com, and we can put it up on the web. Who's at a Portal Zero? Somebody said they were at a Portal Zero.
Tarek.
Tarek's not at a Portal
Yeah,
Zero.
Tarek. No.
There's no
He's like
sign.
a
You gotta
9 or
go to
something.
you gotta go to the North Pole.
Well, there's national forests that are Portal Zero.
Eric's out.
Well, 1 or a 0. Yeah. He's moving.
Sorry, yeah, I had mine muted. I had mine muted.
That's okay.
Because the echo.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm riding yours right now, Scott. If I see your lips moving, I'll turn it on. I'm trying to figure out. But unfortunately, with this system, it's really easy to have a headset, which is why we've all got earbuds
What's
on.
a DoorDash song? Daddy.
Oh, Frank just sent me a picture, so let's see if we got it.
So say the other thing too is if Frank friends me on Facebook, he can send it to me through Facebook Messenger, and I can show it through Facebook Messenger as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it, now it's thundering again.
Great.
God. It rained a solid 2.5 hours. We got almost 2.5 inches of rain
Yeah, because
Wow.
within 2 hours.
That's horrible. Let's see what Frank sent me. Frank, Leo triplet. Here we go. So let me download this guy. Save image. Leo on the desktop. Okay. And see if I can share the. This is from one of our members, Frank, and I will share it now. And where is it? There it is. And that's the Leo triplet, and that's a couple of miles east of me. Oops. And there you go. Yeah, so I mean it's well, in all fairness, I believe Frank said it's a one 5-minute shot with no processing. So
1 5-minute shot.
I mean, I would be
Can't
happy
see
with
the
that.
corners.
I
Yeah,
would be
the two
happy with
stars
that.
look a little-
Absolutely.
I would be happy with that.
No filter? No nothing? No L Pro? Nothing?
Frank, give us some details on this if you can. He's saying it's a
Yeah.
GT81 on an AVX with an ASI Air Pro at a 2600.
This isn't okay. So there's no amp glow. So
Yep.
what about flats, darks, biases? Any of those calibrated frames, or just straight image?
Frank,
Light.
which
So
filter,
no
Frank?
filter, guided.
No, he said you just no filter.
Yeah, he used a filter. He had to use a filter. Oh, no
Yeah,
filter.
we know it's guided. We know it's guided,
no
Frank.
filter.
It's 5 minutes. It
Yeah.
says no filter.
Yeah, no filter.
Yeah.
No, I'd be very happy with this.
Yep. I think it's pretty decent. Frank, you're killing me, man. You're too slow.
It to me, it looks like the real bright stars are just a tad bit
Oversaturated.
Overexposed. Yeah.
They're oversaturated. They're a little oversaturated. Again, it's a JPG, so it's crushed a little bit. But
yeah,
I mean, it's Frank. I'll be honest with you. It's tough to be a critic on this because it's just 1 5-minute shot. But if it's just a 1 5-minute shot, I mean, I'll tell you this. Can I zoom in on this? No, of course not. The stars look
Control
round.
Plus.
Control Plus, really? Oh, thanks.
And then you can
Yeah.
space bar and
Yeah.
drag around.
And so the stars look decent. I mean, it looks like you may be getting a little undersampled. It looks like because you got blocky stars.
Yep.
But I mean, I think the galaxies look pretty good.
Yeah, the galaxies what look phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I always love this one here. This one I love. I always love that one though. Is that the NGC?
Oh, no, that is.
Isn't that the NGC?
Yeah, that's the
NGC. Yeah, right. Yeah. But it does look a little undersampled. But again, 1 5-minute shot, you probably did no noise reduction. So I mean, but other than that, if this is 1 5-minute raw data with almost no processing, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Was this with just out of curiosity, was this with a reducer or no?
Wait for an answer. We'll see.
I'm just curious.
Frank said, "I'll send you all the data." Yeah, Frank, send it on down. But give me all the data. I'll give you a folder. Just talk to me tomorrow at the store.
Yeah, because actually, I'm looking here at astronomy.tools, and if he used a reducer or anything like that, it was said it would have a little bit of slight undersampling. It would depend on his seeing conditions.
Yeah, it does look like it's a little undersampled.
He probably did use a reducer.
If he was using a reducer,
he did use it. He used the 6.3.
Okay. So yeah, that would a 6.3.
Yeah.
Wait,
0.8. It's the 0.8 reducer.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I didn't think. WO had.
Yeah, they didn't make a 6.3.
Yeah. So the 0.8 reducer, you will be slightly undersampling on
and you can tell in the picture.
Here, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that could be easily fixed with some drizzling. So don't be afraid of being undersampled because that's not an end all. I'm answering an RT real time. All right, YouTube is slow. All right,
Gotcha.
But yeah, don't be afraid of a little undersampling because you can get that resolution back by drizzling. So as long as you're when you're stacking, that you're creating the drizzle files, then you'll be able to get that resolution back. So
do you have to dither in order to drizzle at post? Do you have to do dithering or no?
No, you don't have to dither. No.
Okay.
You
Just
don't have to
curious.
dither. You don't have to dither. Dithering is good for getting rid of, getting rid of some random
noise.
Yeah,
random
get
noise.
rid of stuff that's not supposed to be there. So, because what dithering does, it just moves the camera a couple of pixels every other, depending on what you have it set at, every frame or every 2 or 3 or whatever. I usually believe it, I'm crazy, so I have mine set at every 1. Yeah. Tyler's giving me a look, but hey, listen. You know what? I don't like I don't like satellite trails. I don't like crazy little things in my pictures, and so I'll dither everyone.
I don't like crazy little things in my picture, but looking at the guy on my picture is a crazy dude.
AP has some funny tools. Frank Luongo said for drizzle. My snizzle.
For drizzle, my schnizzle.
That was Tyler. Go ahead, jumping on that. George Lutch is drooling. Frank has a wink eye, and George says AP has some real funny terms. So, it does. And and Frank, what I'll do tonight is I make a lot of people that either come on the show or want some information. I mean, I process more of other people's data than my own. I really do. And I got a bunch of friends that I do. I got 3 marks, not Mark Ellis, but 3 other marks that I actually process. I process stuff for them to sometimes, like I had a friend that processed his picture and all of his stars were yellow, like a lime green kind of yellow. It was very, very weird. And it had something to do with the registration or the stacking. It was definitely in WBPP, and because when I stacked in WBPP with the settings that I have, everything came out real nice. So it's the little mistakes that we make that sometimes you get like one of these moments, like, oh my God, and sometimes it just takes another set of eyes to kind of look at things. What are you laughing at?
Lens cap.
Oh, lens cap. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was sitting here last night.
I thought that was Tyler laughing at me because he always laughs at me. So no matter what I
something
say,
to laugh at.
No, I was on the phone with somebody last night,
What?
and they're like, "I can't see stars with my guide scope. This is bullshit." I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's perfectly clear seeing. It rained this morning. It's clear as a bell. There's no seeing issues. There's not a cloud in the sky. What are you saying? You can't see a star? You
Take your lens cap off.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't focus my CLS.
Oh, Frank,
Oh,
stop
geez.
using
Oh, God.
DSS, Frank. I keep on
get
telling
out of
you.
DSS, man.
Pull
That
the
shit
trigger.
exists.
Go
Pull the
to
trigger.
APP or something.
Yeah, at the bare minimum,
Anything.
get APP.
Yeah,
If
Spend
anything,
six
get
insight and
APP.
learn it. Trust me.
What the rental
Yeah.
is? What, $60-$70, something like that?
Yeah,
It's like $50
but-
or something. Yes, 50 or 60
But
bucks
just
for
get
a
Pix
rental.
Insight. It's going to
Yeah.
do so much more for you. And you're already going to
Yep.
learn the tool that you're going to end up anyways. Just spend the money and get it.
I mean, our
Yeah.
buddy Scott on the bottom right over there keeps on saying, pay once, cry once. I mean, don't pay for 13 different things that you're going to spend more than what you should have spent because you just figured out what you should have had from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
So,
Yep.
Agreed.
Besides, you can only get divorced once.
No,
Can you?
that's not true.
that is not true.
You can only get divorced once. Because if you're dumb enough to get remarried, then that's on you.
That's not very nice. That's not
Some
very
people
nice.
get married to the hobby.
Oh,
In all fairness, if my wife didn't get married twice, I'd be single. So, but yeah. So
Not even going there.
yeah.
So
I'm
Dan, to
staying
go
away
back
from
to
that.
your
I'm staying away from that.
to go back to your initial comment or suggestion y'all made or you guys made earlier, because I'm hoping to get my Eagle back soon from Simon. God, it's been over there for a month and a half now. Oh, Jesus, I missed that thing already. I think we need to do some he was doing some testing.
He's just doing some
he was
testing.
wanting-
Okay.
Yeah, he was wanting to check it out, see what it was about, do some initial testing that's raised some red flags up for him. So I just opted to send it to him because I'm a dumbass and why not? So he's doing that, but I think we ought to do the Kind of just every once in a while, one of us or a continuous channel where we do imaging nights, either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or we just do it on Wednesday, or kind of like what you do every day is come on at 5 o'clock my time, and you kind of go over what you're doing in live imaging or just a basic setup or a Q&A with certain people. I don't know. I like that idea. It kind of gets us more involved in it. I mean, I'll actually have to start taking images. I mean, God forbid if that ever has to happen. I don't know.
Oh my God. The man's got like 17 telescopes. He hasn't taken an image yet.
Yeah, it's because I have to test every freaking one of them.
That's why I said I don't want to be the tester. I don't want to be the tester.
Yeah, I have to test a 12-inch Dob that supposedly has an astigmatism. I'm like, I don't know how that happens, but yeah, in a Dob. I was like, I don't think so.
I think you need a thicker set.
I think you need a thicker set. Yeah. Yeah. Tom's like, what? Tell Simon to hurry up. I've tried to tell him, Tom. He doesn't seem to hurry up for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
Is that just 9 cents of the law, I guess?
No kidding.
Yeah, well.
But he loves I mean, I love the Eagle from what I got to mess around with it. I haven't got to thoroughly set it up an image with it yet, but it's once you get everything downloaded, once you get everything configured the way you need it to, it's nice. I'm not even lying. That thing is nice. Because I'm looking at I finally got my dovetails in from Dan.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's some high quality machinery right there.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be a good product, and I hope that Prima Luce actually takes off more than what they are projected to, because they need it. I mean, that's good quality product, and I know that they stand by their stuff, like of course every company does. But I mean, Tom usually goes above and beyond to help people.
He does.
Mark Ellis, for instance. But I mean,
I'll tell you,
I mean, he's a great guy from what I've talked with him about stuff. He's very, very knowledgeable. And coming from computer based, and he jumps over to this. That's a pretty big leap.
So
it really is.
Moving from Fruit to PC was a pretty big leap. They're similar enough, but they are very drastic environmental differences.
I have never heard anybody refer to Apple as fruit. It's awesome.
In the graphics world, it's the difference between fruit and nuts. So in the AV world,
so just to give you an example, and listen, I gotta tell you, Explore Scientific has some outstanding customer service too. So I think as far they do. I'm telling you, I'm dead serious. They really do, and and it has nothing to do with Tyler, because Tyler doesn't work in customer service. But
I'm just the manager, but it's okay.
Yeah, there you go. So, but you know what? I got to be honest with you. Anytime that I had a problem, even when I had a problem with my 127 before you even started, they took care of it like this. No problem. Send it in. We'll fix it. We got that back in 2 weeks. And I got it back in 2 weeks. And it was but same thing with Prima Luce. I mean, I keep on saying that Tom butchered one of his telescopes to give me my 10 millimeter spaces. And it's little stuff like that kind of like, that's kind of cool. It's like, okay, you're welcome, no problem. But thank you, so it's stuff like that, You build a rapport with people, and you're able to kind of, hopefully help each other. That's what it's all about.
Well, just like my industry, it's a very small world when you really boil it down to brass tacks.
Yeah, all you have to do to convince yourself of the quality of that Eagle is just to hold it.
Yeah.
Just take it out of the box and hold it. You can tell right away that it's a quality product.
I got something to show you before we go. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh boy. Finally got to show it. He's lost his marbles. He's lost
And
it.
by the way, Eric, while he's
Yes.
talking about that, if you go on the Goal Zero site, under the 500 that they have for sale, they still are using the 500X, the Yeti. It's $700 for that setup. They're touting that that battery will run a portable fridge for more than 20 hours. So there's no way in heck
Holy
that you're
cow.
going to kill. Yeah, there's no way you're going to kill,
Well,
that battery
the
with a
unit that
telescope.
he just got
No.
is
No.
725. So
No way. You're never going to
you should
kill
be able to
that.
get a full weekend. on
Nope.
it.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
But here you go. Check this thing out. I
So
mean,
maybe so I guess I overspent.
No, but you know what? You can do that, and you can run your barbecue too. So you'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to charge
So
your
I
tablet.
picked
Yeah,
up this
charge
little
the
baggie.
tablet and all that stuff.
I picked up this little baggie, and I thought it was really cool because I thought maybe it would work for what I need it for. And
That's an eagle nest.
Oh, good God.
It's an eagle.
not only does it fit you, that's one part of it. It's got pockets over here for wires, right? And then you go on the other side, and you flip it, and there's more wire space in here, and it fits everything in here, just like this. $22 on Amazon,
I have a different brand.
and it fits in this little bag.
I use a.
I'll stick with my Apache cases.
I use a company called BUBM off of Amazon. They're
Yep, I know.
Chinese. But they've got all types of. They're called pack flats. So they've got them for electronics and battery supplies and all that. So I take the power supplies with me in my backpack. So I've got them all packed down. So when TSA wants me to rip my bag apart, thunk, 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 throw them all out on the table and let them scan them.
So, Tom Bramwell said, I wrote on those so Jeff wouldn't sell them to anyone else. Thank you, Tom.
Wow.
Frank, so apparently we got a new follower, Dean Ostador. Just saw your stream being shared on a Facebook astronomy group.
Nice.
She can talk whatever she wants.
Nice. Welcome, Dean.
So, Dean, welcome. And feel free. And we'll talk a little bit about it in a second. But we also, I gotta talk about the Southern Sky Challenge because it's getting close to the end of this contest. And why am I all pixeled out like that? Hello.
You're all
so-
pixeled out, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what that's all about. But okay. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so April 5th, May 5th, which is a week from today, is the final day to submit your entries for the Southern Sky Challenge. I've only received a couple, and I know there's more than that out there. So please get your entries in. That gives us a week to go over them and pixel peep them and all that for a week, and then we're gonna tell the winner. We're gonna reveal the winner on the show on the 12th. And don't forget those wonderful prizes. So first prize is a $100 gift certificate to Camera Concepts and an hour tutorial with Ron Breacher on PixInsight. Second prize is a $100 gift certificate to Explore Scientific. And third prize is a 1 hour tutorial again with Ron Breacher and PixInsight. So those are the three tiers of prizes. Get your entries in as soon as you can because the 5th is the final day. So we're going to cut it there. And then hopefully once that goes on, starting at the end of April, if anybody else wants to be involved in round 2, we're going to start taking donations for Eta Carinae, which is the next object that we're going to be doing in the Southern Hemisphere Challenge. So that's something to also look out for. Don't forget also that we have our Monday night show as well. The Q&A, basically come on in, ask you questions, and we'll try to answer them the best we can. Troubleshooting rigs, troubleshooting cameras, troubleshooting whatever. feel free to come on, ask your questions. If we don't have an answer for you that night, we will definitely get an answer for you and get back to you as long as we have your email and contact information. So please feel free to come and join us on Monday nights.
Yes, sir.
There you see at the bottom, we have our website, www.astroworldweb.com, and an email where you can reach any one of the team at info@astroworldweb.com. Plus, come and check us out at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. I'm sorry. Yeah, and soon to come, we're going to start up Twitch again. So I was told, why aren't you on Twitch? And I said, we were, we stopped. And so now I'm getting yelled at. So we're going to go back on Twitch. So, so I think that's
viewership,
it.
Man.
Yeah, man. You know, the more people, the merrier. And Tyler went to bed. Oh, there he is. But yeah, I mean, that's really much it. Dean, welcome to the group. You know, we're here to not only learn from you guys, but from you to learn from us. Who's the Dan Headroom? Oh, jeez. Anyway, we're not even touching that one. But
hey, go to bed.
But it's not my bedtime.
He wants a sandwich.
I want my ice cream. I want my ice cream. No, sorry.
Want to lick?
Oh, Lord.
Psych.
Hey, let's go. For those of you guys who don't know, we had about a 20-minute Eddie Murphy like craziness before the show, and we were just talking about Eddie Murphy. But anyway,
yeah. Anyway,
so again, I think that's all we have for this evening. We're coming in at I think an hour and 37 minutes, and somebody needs to go night. So I guess we're ready to go. So take us out.
Ready? Okay, go for it.
Keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. We'll see you next time on AstroWorld TV.